Hey friends, welcome back to ArtsForAll's Behind the Artist. If you're new here, I'm Angel. I am the program manager and a teaching artist for ArtsForAll. In this series, if you haven't already watched some of our episodes, we meet some of our teaching artists here at ArtsForAll. We learn some things about them, and we make some really fun crafts based off the things we learn. In this episode, we'll be meeting teaching artist Stephanie Martinez. We'll be learning some things about her Argentinian culture and traveling all the way there to be creating our own flag that represents us. The things you'll need for today's episode to complete the craft are paper, pencil, coloring materials of your choice, markers, crayons, colored pencils, and pull some things that represent you to help you complete your own flag. Once you have those, let's begin today's episode. In this series, we've been traveling to many different places that our teaching artists are from, all from the comfort of our own home or classroom. Now, in this episode, as I mentioned earlier, we'll be traveling all the way to Argentina, where Stephanie's family is from. Her family comes from Buenos Aires, and they came all the way to New York. Now, that's a common theme. Families will travel from where they're from to different places in the United States for better opportunities. However, that does not change the culture and traditions that were built. That doesn't change just by a flight, actually. And in this next read aloud, you'll be learning how a boy who moves away from his grandpa still keeps his culture and tradition alive by remembering the memories of time spent with his grandfather. Let's begin today's read aloud. Abuelo by Arthur Dorros. When I was little, Abuela and I would ride with the wind, el viento, washing our faces. We would ride anywhere. We would ride into the clouds of the sky, el cielo, wrapped around us. If it rained, Abuelo showed me how to use my poncho, to make my own house. Tu propia casa, he would say. At night, we could see forever. Mira, look, he would tell me, reaching his hands to the stars. Sometimes I get off the trail. Abuelo laughed, but not at me. That happens to everyone, he told me. Es bueno reírse. It is good to laugh, he said to me as we found the trail again. As we rode, he would say to his horse and me, Hablamos. We talk. To guide a horse, he did not use spurs. He could guide with his touch, or with how he leaned, or with his voice. When we met a mountain lion, Abuelo showed me how to stand. There are many ways to be strong. Fuerte, he said. We stood as strong as any mountain trees. While we rode on, Abuelo said, La pampa es ancha y somos libres. The plains are wide and we are free, he was telling me. But one day, my family told me we were moving to the city. No te preocupes. Don't worry, Abuelo told me. We could visit. On the way to the city, our bus bounced from here to there. I thought we might be lost. Perdidos. Then I remembered Abuelo's laugh, and I laughed. We were not lost. We arrived at our new home. At first I could not see the stars, las estrellas. Then I saw one and another, and lights that were city stars, and I could almost see forever. On my first day of school, a bully jumped me. I stood strong, fuerte, like a mountain tree. Little by little, I began to know the city. It was wide in different ways, like La Pampa. I talked with Abuelo and we visited. Now, even when I cannot see Abuelo, he always rides with me. I hope that book inspired you to think about your own cultures and traditions and where you came from. I know that book made me miss my home in California, where my family is from, and made me think about all the different things that happened when they were in Mexico before they traveled from Mexico to Texas to California. Before we begin today's activity, it is so important to learn some things about Argentinian culture. And who best to help us out than our teaching artist, Stephanie Martinez? Let's meet her now.
Hola! My name is Stephanie, and I'm a teaching artist with Arts for All, and my family is from Argentina. My mother's parents came to New York from Argentina in search of new opportunities. My grandmother is from Buenos Aires, the capital city of Argentina, while my grandfather was from a small farming and beach town called Necochea. They always kept the culture and traditions of Argentina alive when I was growing up so that we would never forget where we came from. Argentina has a beautiful flag. Its colors are light blue and white, with our national emblem, the Sun of May, in the center. The national drink of Argentina is mate. Mate is a very bitter tea with a lot of caffeine in it, so I only drink it when I really need to wake up. But usually, drinking mate is a communal thing that you might do with family or with friends. It's usually served in a mate gourd, kind of like this one. The straw is called a bombilla, and how it works is that you put the tea leaves in the bottom, pour hot water over it, and take a sip. The mate gourd is then passed around in a circle until everyone has had their fill. Mate manners are also really, really important because, believe it or not, you don't want to say thank you right away. If you still want the mate gourd to be passed to you, you might say something like muy rico, but you only say thank you when you're all done and you don't want any more. And of course, what would a video about Argentina be without the GOAT, Messi? Leo Messi is one of the most famous, and in my opinion, the best soccer players in the world. He plays for the Argentinian national team, and he is from a place called Rosario. Did you know that in 2014, a law was passed in Rosario that makes it illegal for parents to name their children Messi? Wild, right? Thanks for hanging out with me and learning about Argentina. Adios.
Now it's your turn to make your own flag. Be sure to bring your paper, coloring materials, and objects to remind you of who you are, as mentioned earlier. As you saw on Stephanie's shirt, here is the Argentinian flag. We have the blue, white, and the sun right in the middle. The blue on the flag represents the sky, while the white represents clouds. The sun represents the May Revolution of 1810, which then led to the start of independence, which means freedom. Now it's your turn to create your own flag. Think of your favorite colors, maybe things that symbolize you, animals, places, or things. Now let's start my flag to help you with some inspiration. My flag is purple, as it is my favorite color, and there's an M at the far left corner to represent my family members who are starting with the letter M, which is a good majority of them. At the bottom right corner is a tree. The tree represents family, growth, and nature. 3 things that are very important to me. In the middle, I've added a circle. The circle represents growth and change and cycles. As you see, it's pink, which represents warmth and love. Here's my flag. Now it's your turn to make yours. You can use this flag as a template or pull up your own white piece of paper and get creative. Friends, welcome back. Now, I hope you enjoyed traveling all the way to Argentina and learning some things about Argentinian culture, including meeting our teaching artist, Stephanie. I cannot wait to see your flags and be sure to hang them with pride as they represent you. I can't wait to see you next week as we travel to a new place, meet a new teaching artist, and make a really fun craft. See y'all soon. Bye!